Hi everybody, it's Dog here for AIPT, and what have we got here? Well, you can probably guess from the emblem there, but I'll go ahead and tell you in case you can't see it up there in the upper left hand corner. This is the brand new 1:12 scale Punisher figure, statuette if you will, from Mezco Toys. This just came out, and I gotta admit, we just started talking about Mezco a little more at AIPT because we really like what they do, and that kind of got me thinking. I'm like, didn't I order something from them once? I pre-ordered this so long ago, I actually forgot I had it coming, and here it is. So I'm not sure what to expect. We'll find out together. I guess that lengthy production time might be a good thing. We'll see. Maybe they take really good care with their figures and they don't rush anything out. First thing I see is I love this minimalist package design. Something, a high-end figure like this, which runs about $80–85, you don't want just something thrown in a plain bag. You want some kind of coherent presentation that speaks to the character, and this obviously screams Punisher right there. Let's see if that continues. Let's get into this thing. Well, let's spin it around first and see what we got. And there he is in all his brutal glory. Already you can see that this is not a cartoony Punisher. This is not 70s debut go-go boots Punisher. He's got guns. He's got on the black shit kickers. He's got a nice breastplate, no spray paint, and let's take a closer look actually. Let's take a closer look at some of the inserts here. Do we have different facial expressions? That's pretty cool. Guns, of course. I'm expecting a lot of hardware and goodies. Some kind of Gatling gun or something there. It's the Punisher. I want a lot of equipment. I want a lot of things that he can wreck shop with. So far, so good. Again, very nice presentation. Tells you what you're going to get. Now, let's get into it. I kind of like it. Again, very minimalist. The Death's Head logo is subdued, kind of fading into the background. It's pretty cool. Side, back to the back again. Alright, can we finally get to it? The presentation may be even better than I realized. Oh my god, look at that! That is pretty cool. Come on, and look at that. Again, this is not a figure for a child. This is Punisher. But you probably knew that coming in. Let's take a closer look at the packaging. It's kind of hard to see. Glare from the lights, but lots of things in there. Lots of rounds or something at the bottom. A lot of hands that you'd probably expect to see in a figure like this for different poses. And yeah, there's the different faces. Different faces for here. Alright, well, let's just get into it, and I'm anxious to see what we got here and what we can do with this. So here's Frank again, fully packaged up, package out of the box though. Let's take the plastic off. Maybe some tape here for safety. Oh! And as soon as you pop it off, stuff starts rattling around. I don't know how much I like that. You can see stuff sliding around already. Not very well secured, but is that a huge problem? I don't know. Open it on its back. So here's what we've got. And again, yes, different faces. That's pretty cool. Let's see if I can pop one out here. Ah! Screaming Frank. You can imagine him kind of diving into battle and just taking out anything in his way. Regular face is almost pensive. Yeah, he's just kind of, looks like he's gotten beaten up a little bit. Yeah, what can you do? Blue eyes. Here's another head. Oof, that is a beaten up Punisher. You want something like that in here. A battle-worn Punisher, because that's what he is. What do we got here? Hands. I think I already misplaced one of these. Trigger finger. Looks like one of those hands dropped out somewhere. I hope I just dropped it and it's not missing. Either way, what else have we got? More hands. Grasping hand. Same thing, there's a knife. Again, that's been displaced from where it was. Open this figure on its back, guys. Don't try to be fancy with an unboxing video, but look at the detail on that knife. That is something else. I assume that fits well into the grasping hand. But that alone is impressive. And it looks like there's a muzzle flash here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. How often do you see that? I assume that means we're going to have some cool guns. Yes, here's one right here. I'm not a gun guy, so I don't know. Looks like some kind of semi-automatic. Again, great detail. Oh look, there's even a clip. There's even a clip for the gun. How about that? What have we got here? Another gun. If you recognize these, tell us in the comments, because I don't know. Get some more contrast here. Looks cool. And here is what we saw in the packaging. I'll put that down. Very cool. Maybe even some kind of grenade launcher. Pretty cool. And even this is kind of posable. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, look at that. You can put it up against his shoulder, do all kinds of things with it. Maybe another clip of some kind to see if that fits in. Yeah, small parts here. Again, do not open this. Here's a nice revolver or a pistol of some kind. Again, please open this on its back. Don't make the mistake I did. And look at this. Again, some kind of rounder shell. Lots of small parts. Another reason you probably don't want to give this to a child, besides the obvious. Again, looks like another kind of clip, maybe for the pistol? Is there an opening there? No. Check the material. The background material and see what that says. But yeah, so a lot of good weapons, a lot of good accessories, lots of different hands and the faces. I think that's the best part so far anyway. Screaming Frank. Battleborn Frank. Pensive Frank. Oh. There's the weapons again. Alright, so let's take this out of the package and see what I can do with it. Okay, here he is, the man himself, in all his glory. You can see there's a little stand, a little circular stand that was behind the figure. I gotta be honest, the stand kind of leaves something to be desired. It's just a circular plastic thing. You see his right foot there, right on the eye of the death's head. That's the only peg. So his left foot is kind of hanging out there, doing the hokey pokey. Seems stable. I haven't tried to knock into it or anything, but it is kind of all the things I've seen so far, can you hear that? Kind of cheap plastic, but it's a stand. Again, the material that I'm looking at on the Mezco Toys website, I believe this is the submachine gun that I put in his left hand, in one of the grasping hands. And I just want to, I mean, the detail on the submachine gun is amazing enough. And if I got that wrong on the name of the gun, please tell me in the comments. But this is one of the grasping hands, or I should say, I guess one of the holding hands, one of the trigger hands. And look how naturally the gun just sits in that hand. A lot of figures, you know, a lot of like department store figures, you put guns or some kind of items in their hands. They don't really look right. They don't seem to fit right. This looks like it's molded right to it. But it's not. As you saw, the gun is completely separate from the hand. But you'd never know looking at this. Look at that. It's hard to tell since it's all black. But there you go. Look. The trigger finger in the trigger. And by the way, yes, the clips are detachable. See if I can do that. Boop. So you could maybe put one in his other hand, put an extra in his other hand. And there's the knife in another grasping hand. Again, this is another trigger hand, so it looks a little weird. Maybe I have the knife backwards, I think I do. But still pretty cool. What you might not be able to realize is this is kind of a felt. There's his shirt and his pants too. I kind of expected the whole thing to be just molded plastic. This is surprising me, and I'm not sure I like it. It kind of reminds me of how old everybody is, but the Star Wars toys, the original Star Wars toys, little tiny things. The way the robes kind of felt. I don't know if I like it. I kind of want a Punisher that's hard-edged. I mean, I guess it's more realistic. I mean, obviously the vest is more realistic. I've always kind of been a skull painted on sort of guy, so the breastplate doesn't really do it for me, but you can see it actually kind of moves, so it's not molded to the figure. I guess that's good. Again, just another air of realism. And the same with the belt. The belt is not directly attached. I'm not sure if it's detachable. I haven't seen anything that would suggest it comes off yet. So I guess that's up to your personal preference whether you like those things or not. I'm not sure I'm sold on the felt yet, but the fact that the other stuff moves is pretty cool. Just make sure you get it in a good position. And again, the hands are just amazing. The hands and the weapons. I will try to demonstrate though, it is a little hard to move the hands, to change the hands. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. So I'm just going to grab a different hand here. And I did have all the hands. Again, they just bounced around. And so I'm going to try to, well, I can capture this. So take this hand off and try to put a different one on. And you can see there that it's a ball joint. We don't have ball joints in our wrists if you're paying attention, by the way. They're gliding joints. But for posability reasons on this figure, it's a ball joint, which is fine. It works. But since it's a ball, trying to put something in, the ball just kind of moves around. I actually got it pretty easily. So at first, it was tough, but I guess you get used to it. And this is, again, according to the promotional material, this is the Karate Strike hand, I believe it said. And boy is it, because it really is. I mean, this is not, you know, it's not something you'd see in like an 80s movie with a karate chop. It really is knuckles bent, ready to chop down on somebody's limb, crack somebody's kneecap. Again, the attention to detail in the hands, if nothing else, is just amazing. The hands and the weapons. In fact, remember I showed you the grenade launcher and how the grenade launcher itself was posable? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out. So yes, here's the grenade launcher. Again, wait a minute, it's coming apart. No, it isn't. Well, yes, it is, sort of. You can actually put the grenades in the grenade launcher. How amazing is that? So you can even make a little scene like, oh my God, he's ready to load. He's got 6 grenades to go. Oh my God, he's down to his last one. Let's see if I can put a grenade in here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. If you can do it with one hand, it's probably easy. And yes, boom, grenade, grenade launcher. Amazing. That is, again, you want to talk about attention to detail, that is attention to detail. So here he is again. I put the muzzle flash on the semi-automatic. That looks pretty great. Get a closer look at it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And there's some great posability here that I didn't really show off before. Even the feet turn around. The knees, of course, if you want to have him kicking somebody. Maybe do some ballet. I don't know. Maybe he wants to try something different. The arms. hard to see, but obviously the wrists, I show you that ball joint, which is pretty impressive. The elbows I think actually turn a little bit too. The shoulders. I don't know if this is the kind of figure you really want to pose in a bunch of different ways, but you could. The ability is there. Head moves. Oh, there goes the muzzle flash. So, yeah. All in all, not a bad figure. So as you can see, I kind of like the Punisher. Various incarnations, various different kinds of figures, and memorabilia of our favorite anti-hero. But I think the Mezco 1/12 scale figure makes a fine centerpiece for any Punisher collection. Yes, I think that looks perfect right there. Welcome home, Frank. So, just some final thoughts on the Mezco Toys 1/12 scale Punisher figure, statuette, whatever you want to call it. It's very nice in general. I mean, see right there in profile, it just looks fantastic. The attention to detail, especially in things like the hands and the weapons, is just on another level. You're never going to see anything like that anywhere else. Again, things like the fuzzy, it's almost like he's wearing a bathrobe, his actual clothing. Things like that, and the movability of the breastplate and the belt. That's really up to the individual to decide, I think. Whether that's something you like, or whether you want it to just be the molded plastic that you'd see normally on a figure. You could see the scale there compared to the Hero Clicks, and again, this is 1/12 in comparison to the 1:1 scale person, with the giant head next to it. So it's a beautiful figure overall. No complaints. I'm glad I got it. Is it worth the cost? I think I paid $80 for this. Again, that may be up to the individual. It's a great variety in poses, and you saw the variety in the weaponry is just outstanding. Like I said, I think this is a fine addition to any Punisher collection. This is unfortunately sold out at the distributor level, but if you like the weapons and the posability and the hands of this figure, I would wager you'd see very similar things coming up in the Deathstroke and the Deadpool Mezco 1/12 scale figures that are coming out later this year. You can pre-order those now. I think those range from like $70 to $80 again. So again, I would guess the best things about this figure you'll probably see in those figures as well. And Deadpool has Headpool. I mean, come on. A zombified Deadpool head with a propeller beanie. You can't beat that. And it's hard to beat this too. Punisher 1/12 scale. It's a good figure. Is it worth the cost? You decide. If you can find one. Again, this is Dog for AIPT. Thanks for watching.